Alright you guys, so fun video today. I think we're all sometimes a bit curious. Maybe you eat too many muffins, bit too many cheesecakes for dessert, bit too much wine, beer, whatever. What that sort of impact that weight has on speed. And so what we're sort of going to do today is I'm going to do a couple of laps of the park. It's just over 1 mile. I'm going to run around that sort of like tempo type effort, not sort of like push too hard. But as each rep goes on, I'm going to add about half a kilo to a kilo of weight. Probably a full kilo. I think they're in half kilo sort of blocks. And we'll see then by rep 2, rep 3, rep 4, what the impact of adding that weight has on the pace per lap. It's just a bit of fun. I don't want people to take this too seriously. I certainly don't want people to develop any type of eating problem. But let's be honest, sometimes we could all cut down a little bit on the wine or the beer or the desserts, and maybe it has an impact on performance, but we're going to find out. Alright guys, so fun little session today. Before we get into it, if you could do something for me, it's completely free. Like, subscribe, YouTube loves it. Or if you could comment below, that'd be really useful. You can also check out 262clo.com. This is the gear, and then also the shorts with the pockets. We have well over 600 5-star reviews now in the space of sort of 5 months. But if you could check that out, I'd really appreciate it. Let's get stuck in. Ready?
Yep.
Alright, that's rep 1 done. Now we'll take like probably like 75 seconds rest. Rep 1, no weight. Rep 2 will also be no weight. I'm just trying to sort of find that rhythm, and then we'll add a kilo as we sort of go. So rep 3, 1 kilo, rep 4, 2, you see where I'm going. Rep 1 was 530. Don't feel incredible, but that's from a harder load of training lately. It's nothing to do with today. But yeah, let's see how the second rep goes. First one not too bad. We'll try to get into that rhythm again, make sure that I'm not sort of like pushing too hard. So it should be around about that 530 again, and then we'll just use effort and heart rate for the rest of them. Sort of bang on 530 again. Heart rate actually came up quite a bit, so it went from like 162 in the first one to like sort of 165, 166. So that's why I'm glad I did 2 before starting to add weight, or I'd have already thought, you know, they've added 5 heart rate beats, but they haven't. That's just a natural drift. It's also a bit warm, but we'll keep that effort somewhat similar. This is the first kilo. It's going to go around my waist, and then I've got sort of a 2 kilogram belt, which might be nicer than this, but we're doing what we can. Let's go. Alright, so I don't want to give all the spoilers away. Heart rate went up a little bit again, sort of like 2 beats. I need to be careful with that. We did lose a bit of time. Be interested in what's going to happen here to see if it's sort of consistent. But once I've sort of done rep 3, 4 and 5, then we'll sort of like talk about how much pace I lost per lap. But don't want to give those spoilers away yet. But 1 kilo, it weighs a lot more than you think. It feels a lot heavier than you think. Okay, so I'll give you a bit of a clue. It's definitely a little bit slower. Maybe not as much as I thought it might sort of be, but you still might want to lay off those sort of like cakes and buns. Much nicer having this on, which is sort of 2 kg, and then now I'm going to carry the extra kg. But But yeah, definitely as you go up over that sort of kilo into 2 kilo, you start to feel it a bit more. But you just have to be careful, well I do, that I'm not trying harder. So I'm sort of keeping that heart rate as low as I can, being a bit more generous with the recovery. But yeah, you might want to lay off the beers or the alcohol getting closer to the race, because there's definitely an impact. And over 26 miles, that would sure as shit add up. It's bang on every time, like. Alright, so I'm not teasing anymore. It was super consistent, without weight, bang on 530, added a kilo, 533, added another kilo, I think it was like 536, and then with 3 kilos it was 540. So that's 3 to 4 seconds per lap. So quite a bit when you think, you know, you times that by like 26. And the way the world is now, let's be honest, it's really easy to gain a kilo. I'm just gonna let that airplane go. So the world we live in now, very easy to gain a kilo of weight. It's probably something silly like an extra muffin a week or something for like a couple of weeks and you've already gained a kilo. I don't want people to start getting massively obsessed by weight, but it is an easy way to sort of be a little bit faster, more efficient, feel better, if it just means cutting down on some of the crap. Weight is one of those big things. Don't be obsessed by it, but still treat it like it's something that can aid performance. And if you want to perform well, it's something that you just kind of have to be disciplined with. I'm going to take these weights off. I'm going to do one final one just to sort of like see if I've sort of got a bit quicker. The heart rate did go up 168, 170, and it might be just nice to do a lap without all this crap all over me, but we'll see how that goes. Alright, so that was, you know, just something a bit silly today. That final rep, not silly, weight is a pretty serious thing, but I wanted to be silly about it. Needless to say, when you take that 3 kilograms off, you go from like, shit, this doesn't feel great, to that sort of last one there was like 524, and so that's 16 seconds faster than with that weight. But I did just want to highlight that weight is sort of an important thing. I wanted to kind of do something funny, and I just thought it would be a cool video to do versus just the monotony of training. I still got a pretty good training effect there. I'm enjoying my running again. I'm going to start to think about entering some races now that the work stuff has gone to distribution. I have a bit more time on my hands, you could say. I've delegated a lot more of the work. So on the work stuff, if you want to go on 262clo.com, check out some of our products. I think we're up to about 600 5-star reviews now in the space of 5-6 months. I'd really appreciate that. Like, subscribe, do all those lovely things, and I'll be looking to post another video towards the end of the week. But do take care. Don't take all this shit too seriously, but you might want to skip a muffin or two leading into that marathon, and it might help. Take care.